Xin chào quý khán giả đang theo dõi chương trình Văn hóa Nhân bản Lạc Việt. Hôm nay chương trình của chúng tôi có mặt tại địa điểm tổ chức một buổi đi bộ vì cộng đồng, và sẵn đây nhân dịp ngày lễ Halloween cũng là một cái dịp tổ chức vui chơi cho cộng đồng luôn. Thì chúng tôi chưa có gặp gỡ anh Phôn Hoàng là MC đồng thời là người tổ chức cái chương trình ngày hôm nay, và xin anh vui lòng cho quý khán giả đang theo dõi chương trình được biết đôi điều về cái công việc của anh ngày hôm nay cũng như là những cái cảm nghĩ của anh, và đồng thời anh có thể trao đổi luôn với những người đồng nghiệp của anh đang có mặt ở đây. Dạ xin mời anh.
Dạ, vâng, cảm ơn chị. Chúng tôi Phó Hòa xin kính chào quý khán giả đang theo dõi chương trình. Hôm nay chương trình chúng tôi là tổ chức với cái mục tiêu là nâng đỡ tinh thần cho cộng đồng chúng ta bằng tổ chức một cái buổi đi bộ cộng đồng với cái mục đích để chúng ta nối kết với nhau để biết thêm về những cái tài nguyên trong cộng đồng. Và cùng lúc là giúp cho những người mà sợ hãi ở nhà tại vì cái bệnh dịch và tại bệnh trầm cảm và sợ bị kỳ thị với người Á Châu đó, chúng ta ra đoàn kết với nhau để sinh hoạt chung với nhau. Thì đấy là cái mục đích chúng tôi tổ chức hôm nay, để tới với đây để giới thiệu với quý vị bao nhiêu cái cơ quan và những người trong cộng đồng chúng ta. Dạ vâng. Và bên cạnh chúng tôi đây, chúng tôi có ông Antonio Delgado, là ông giám đốc chương trình Hope Be Well Garden Grove, là một cái chương trình chẩn bệnh khẩn cấp can thiệp hiện tại là thành phố Garden Grove thôi, để trong những trường hợp khi mà những ai cần sự giúp đỡ. Nếu mà chị có thắc mắc câu hỏi gì với ông Delgado thì em sẽ thông dịch luôn.
Dạ, xin ông giám đốc vui lòng cho quý khán giả đang theo dõi chương trình được biết cái mục tiêu và chương trình của cơ quan quý ông đang thực hiện.
Can you share the objective for the Hope Be Well Garden Grove program?
Yes. Our objective for the Garden Grove program and for all of our programs is to support police and support the communities that contract us. We want to reduce the police response to those types of calls that don't require a police officer. And in return, we would like to respond. We are clinicians, healthcare providers. We're better equipped to provide a better outcome for those families.
Thì ông giám đốc chia sẻ là cái mục tiêu của cái chương trình Hope Be Well Garden Grove là cùng với các chương trình khác của Be Well là để giảm bớt cái sự cần thiết để cho cảnh sát ra để can thiệp trong những trường hợp khẩn cấp trong cộng đồng mà không có liên quan đến tội phạm, mà đa số là những các trường hợp liên quan tới tâm bệnh. Dạ vâng.
Thí dụ như mình không phải vấn đề về sức khỏe tâm thần mà mình bệnh khác được không?
Vâng, thì cái này là bất cứ những cái trường hợp nào mà cần sự giúp đỡ đó thì có những người chuyên gia can thiệp trong khẩn cấp ra để giúp đỡ với chiếc xe van đây. Người ta ra, người ta có thể, nếu mà những người thân chủ trong thành phố Garden Grove mà có bị bệnh gì mà không biết đi tìm sự giúp đỡ ở đâu, thì người ta sẽ gọi số phone cảnh sát là 714 741 5704, là cái số phone không khẩn cấp của sở cảnh sát Garden Grove, để người ta có thể gửi cái chương trình này tới. So I'm explaining to them that if they need the Hope program, call the non-emergency line number. Yes.
Hi, Mr.
Hello, I'm Michael Romero. I'm one of Mr. Delgado's. I'm a crisis intervention specialist here, and I help the entire team out in different cities throughout that we're working with in the county. So, thank you. It's very nice. We're very proud of this program being in Garden Grove. I've worked personally at Opportunity Knox, which is in the city, and we've had a great relationship with the officers and folks from the fire department and the folks in the community. It's been an amazing experience, and we're really happy to be in Garden Grove. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Vâng. Thì ông có trả lời là ông đã làm chung với chương trình can thiệp khẩn cấp không phải chỉ có thành phố Garden Grove thôi, và các thành phố khác nữa. Thì ông đây cũng trước cũng làm việc một cái chương trình gọi là Opportunity Knox, là làm việc với những người vô gia cư, những người từ tù mới ra đó. Thì ông có cái kinh nghiệm làm việc với cộng đồng, thì ông tới đây phục vụ và giúp đỡ với cộng đồng. Dạ vâng. Thì bây giờ là người ta đang cất cái cầu nè, cái gate, cái gate để chuẩn bị khai chưa?
Dạ. Xin cảm ơn anh.
Dạ, vâng, cảm ơn. Dạ.
Chúc anh và tất cả mọi người một cái ngày vui và thành công ngày hôm nay.
Dạ, xin cảm ơn chị. Cảm ơn quý vị.
Dạ.
Good morning, everyone. Can I invite everyone to come here to the front? We're going to start the event in about 2 minutes, depending how fast you want over here. Xin kính chào quý vị, chúng tôi sẽ sắp sửa bắt đầu chương trình. Chúng tôi mời những ai mà đang ở dưới cái khúc đường đó thì đi bộ ngược lại đây. Chúng tôi sẽ bắt đầu ngay cái khúc cái cổng đây.
Tony, Romero, they want you to post up way down the way.
Yeah, everybody get in there. You get in there.
Once again, can everyone make their way towards the front registration table so we can get started. Kính thưa quý vị, xin quý vị ra phía trước ngay cái bàn tiếp tân để chúng ta có thể bắt đầu buổi hôm nay sẽ nhé quý vị. Dạ, những vị vendor cũng mời lên đây luôn nhé để chúng ta chính thức khai mạc, xong rồi sau đó chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu và mình sẽ quay lại các quầy của mình làm việc tiếp. Can we invite all the vendors to come up here so we can get started, and then you'll go back to your booths. Thank you very much, everyone. Come on up here.
We're gonna take a group picture, so if we can have all the vendors, if you can, if you can hear my voice, you are being called.
So once again, we need everyone up here, especially the vendors, so we can take a big group photo. Một lần nữa xin mời cả mọi người về phía trước. Yeah.
Cái này cũng cần hai người.
Can you hold this? Bác sĩ. Hai bên, bên đến là máu trường.
Wellness là phải có người.
Calvin and Ashley, come on, don't be shy. If you're not coming up here and I know your name, I'm going to call you out. I got no shame.
Calvin, why are you hiding?
Oh, come on in, officer. Don't be shy.
All right.
All the pretty people, come on up. And handsome.
Paul, get in the front. Can you get in the picture?
Paul. Okay, one more.
There's a very handsome man flexing his guns in the corner with an apron on. Who's that?
In the picture or out of the picture?
Can we invite, we have some hope over here?
All right.
Without hope, we are hopeless.
Okay. One more, please.
The hope team.
Tori!
Any hope team member?
Okay, we're good.
Come on, don't be hopeless.
Hey.
Oh, you got
Your glasses, Michael.
Romero.
Chụp lại có thêm mấy người.
người Hope happens here đó. X3 rồi, X3 Hope happens here. I'm right behind her. Yeah, I have his back. He knows it.
Alright, as we get ready to start, I'm going to turn the mic over to our MC, Ms. Hoa. Not related.
Everyone, yeah.
Not yet, I don't know.
We have the same last name, and then we discovered we have know a bunch of mutual people. Okay, so I would like to officially welcome everyone to the moving forward to the 2021 annual Trek and Treat Wellness Day on Valentine's Day today, and on Halloween. Why did I say Valentine's Day? Love is in the air. So this is a 3K walk towards wellness, and the 3K is a round trip. So you're gonna go all the way down, get the stamp verification, and then walk back up here. And we would like to officially start right now by having a moment of silence to remember those who have passed, either from suicide or from COVID-19. So let the moment of silence officially begin.
Có thể giờ qua chút xíu được không? Không phải. Cái hình tôi chụp nó có ý của tôi nữa. Mình dùng cái hình dưới đường này nè. Họ đứng gần đây nè, họ đứng xa quá mình không thấy hình này, nó không có đẹp. Hình này là hình đi bộ nè. Có ý nghĩa như vậy đó. Ok.
If I can share a personal story, what started this event for today. Since March of last year, as all of us are aware, since the shelter-in-place order and since COVID hit our community and the world, I myself have personally known at least 20 people who have passed from COVID. Many of us have either known someone personally or within our circle of friends who have passed. Since April of last year, together with Việt, Research Group, Nailing It for USA, and the Coalition of Moving Forward Together, we have cooked, distributed, and delivered over 80,000 meals to residents in 15 cities in Orange County. And since that experience, we get a chance to interact with a lot of seniors, a lot of individuals who are homebound. And what they share with me personally is that they are hopeless, they are helpless, they are isolated, they are depressed, they are scared. They are scared because of COVID, they are scared because of Asian hate. That's the reason why we have this event today. So that together, as a community, doesn't matter what ethnicity we're from, but as a community, we can come together to stand up against hate, to stand up against fear, to stand up against anxiety. Because all the providers here, they are here to connect with you so that you can know about their services. So that if you need help, you know who to go to directly. And the community members here, I hope that you also take this time to interact with each other as well, to be able to build that relationship. Because as a community, we do not know each other until we start talking to each other. I'll turn it back to Ms. V.
Thank you, and Paul, please give them a round of applause. Now we will do the national anthem in English first. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars do the perilous fight o'er ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the And now the national anthem in Vietnamese. If you know it, please sing along. Này công dân ơi, nâng lên đáp lời sông núi, đồng lòng cùng đi hy sinh tiếc gì thăng sâu, mong pha khóc tên làm sao cho núi sông từ nay luôn bước bên, dù cho thầy phơi trên gươm dao, thủ nước lên mau đào thêm bao, nòi sông lúc biên phải cần giải nguy, người công dân luôn vững bền tâm trí, hùng tráng quyết chiến đấu làm cho khắp nơi vang tiếng người nước Nam cho đến muôn đời. Công dân ơi, mau hiến thân dưới cờ, công dân ơi, mau làm cho cõi bờ thoát cơn tàn pha vé vàng, nòi sông xứng danh miền Nam dòng sông lạc hồng. And now I'm going to turn it over to Paul to introduce our guests.
First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody, and I'm introduce each of our guests on my right here. On my right here, we have City Council Member Phat Bui. This is in his district, this event. It's in this district. Next to Council Member Phat Bui is, you all know him, Garden Grove Mayor Steve Jones. And right next to Mayor Steve Jones is Council Member Tu Ha. And next to Council Member Tu Ha, we have Council Member Stephanie Clovenstein.
Yes, very good.
I'm gonna pass the mic now over to Mayor for a brief statement before we pass on to the other.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mayor Steve Jones. I want to start just by thanking Paul Huang for making this event happen, for producing this and being kind of the sole creator behind this event today. I'd like to talk a little bit about the venue, this bike path that we're standing on, and a little bit about some of the groups involved. So the bike path, the bike and pedestrian path, which we call the Medal of Honor bike trail, took about 7 or 8 years in the making and cost nearly $2 million worth of design and engineering and whatever that we received through outside grants. It spans about 1.5 miles from Brookhurst to Nelson. I hope someday it will continue across the full length of the old Pacific Electric right-of-way throughout the city, and I hope we'll continue to build out bike and pedestrian trails in other ways to connect our city and help get people out of smog-polluting vehicles and use active transportation for safe routes to school and just for health and well-being in general. The bike path opened mid last year during the middle of the lockdown and the pandemic. We were supposed to host an open streets event, which never happened. So there has never been a formal opening of this bike path. This is about as close as we've gotten to having a community event celebrating the opening of the bike path. So this is kind of an exciting day in that regard. Next April, we will actually have an open streets event, which will go along the bike path all the way from here and culminate into kind of a party on Main Street. So I hope you'll come back out for that. We've done several of those in the past, and we've rounded up 10 or 15,000 people each time we do it. We do various programming all along the route to make it fun. Vans has participated with skate parks, and the Ducks have come out and done hockey exhibits and you name it. So we usually have a lot of fun events for that. Paul came up with a really cool theme for the bike path for the Pacific Electric right-of-way, and I'm super excited about this. I think wellness is just a very timely and relevant underlying theme that a city and a community should be focused on these days in light of the pandemic, all the civil unrest, and just all the kind of chaos and angst of reopening an economy after such an unexpected pandemic that we faced together last year. So Paul came up with a concept that the different sections of this right-of-way, Brookhurst to Lamson, Lamson to Nutwood, Nutwood to Stanford, Stanford to Nelson, could each be a various theme surrounding wellness. So we could have a mental wellness section, we could have a physical wellness section, a social wellness section, and then also a community wellness section. And then each of those sections could be populated with kiosks, we could have dog-friendly cafes, we could have shipping container retail and just fun stuff like that. Obviously, on the physical section would be exercise equipment of different sorts, community gathering spaces, places to teach people about financial wellness and how to manage their checkbooks and do sort of basic financial planning. All these elements could be brought into play for an overarching theme of promoting wellness within our community. So I'm really excited to see that happen here out in the open, where it's healthy, and just to get more and more eyes and feet on the new bike path that we've created and try and keep that going. So thank you everyone for coming today, and I hope you enjoy the event. Thanks.
Next, I'd like to invite Council Member Fabu.
Thank you, Paul. I would like to begin by thank you all of you participating in today's event. It's very important that we show the community standing together. And thank you, Paul, and your supporters for organizing this event. It's a beautiful event, and it's a beautiful day to work. With the COVID lockdown over the past more than a year already, it has placed a toll on our elderly, seniors, as well as young generation. With lockdown, we are no longer working on living together as a community. Each of us become an island and communicate over online. It doesn't click. People need to interact with each other in order to feel that we are together and not. And when I say connect together, I mean we connect together physically, like we're doing today. We have heard reports of increase in mental illness, of people feeling lonely, people feeling helplessly. And so now that the COVID has been lifted, I think this is a brilliant idea, and we should embark on this kind of event so that we can bring the community together. And through that, we will be more harmonious and working for the future. Thank you, Paul, and thank you for many vendors who have been here, especially with the Be Well organization.
Next, I'd like to invite City Council Member Tuha.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
What are we here for?
The community.
What are we here for?
Community.
What are responsibility for?
Each other.
Community. We are here for each other. Let's be there for each other. Let's take care of our neighbors. Let's take care of our friends. Tell each other we're only one call away, one text away, one step away. Let's be there. And we here for each other. We here to be well. We here to stay healthy, and we here for you. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce next City Council Member Stephanie Huffersfield.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Paul, thank you so much for just organizing such a fantastic event. It's more important than ever for us to come together as a community, and what a better place to do that than on our bike trail here. Thank you to all the vendors and all the sponsors and everyone that has a booth set up along the bike trail today. Happy Halloween to everyone, and thank you all for being here. And again, thank you, Paul, and to all your team for organizing this today. Thank you.
I'm commandeering the microphone again to say one more thing that I forgot to say. I also want to draw attention to a couple more people who are here. One is Nate Robbins from the city. We just had a beautiful new baby who's somewhere around here. Anyways, so Nate behind the scenes is doing magical things within the realm of homelessness and those at risk of becoming homeless. He's deep into that space. He's carved out relationships and connections and partnerships that the city now has with a number of different groups. I'm a huge fan of yours, as you know, Nate, and the council is totally supportive of anything and everything you want to do because you're right on point. I want to draw attention to one of those partnerships, which is Be Well OC. You see the mobile van back here behind us. They're well represented today. There's another van actually down another block too, so they have two of their vans here. That's a new partnership that the city just embarked upon. They've only been actually out on the streets for about the last month or so, but it's gonna be miraculous, right? So we now have a mobile van that can go address people in the middle of crisis situations, people who need help, connect them to resources. They actually have a physical facility that can take people in for short-term stays or transitional care as needed, and help find resources to help people. It's not just specifically for the homeless, it's for the entire community and anybody who needs help. But it's just cool that we've got these vans now out on the street, interacting with people, engaging with people, letting them know they've got someone to turn to and someone to talk to and someone to help. So it's exciting. Just in the last month, I've seen them a dozen times just as I'm driving around, off on the sidewalk, interacting with somebody, have a conversation, sitting there patiently, calm, working with people. So I think it's going to be wonderful. And so we're excited to have this partnership with BLC as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor Jones. I was just about to recognize our city members as well, so thank you for saying that. Nate, I see Nate here. We also want to recognize the Garden Grove PD SRT, Special Resource Team Officer. I also see John somewhere. Oh, thank you. He's hiding, but he's also an Angelics team. You've heard a lot of the city council member and the mayors keep saying my name. This event is possible not because of me, it's because of all of the volunteers, all of the support from the city, all of the support from our partners, from our vendors, and of course it's possible because of you. You were here, this is for you. If you don't show up, this is for nobody, right? So thank you for making time to come here to be and connect with the community. The reason why a lot of us are talking and sharing about different resources and services here is because this is the purpose, so that you can connect and get to know more about the resources in the community. And with that, I'd like first to recognize, and I want to invite Stephen Mai, representing from Senator Tom Umber's office. Okay, thank you. So here he's gonna have a few words on behalf of Senator Tom Umber's office.
Sure. The senator could not be here, but I'm here on behalf of the California State Senate and Senator Tom Umber to present a few certificates for the following organizations and individuals who put together this very awesome event on this very new bike trail. So okay, thank you, Paul. I guess the first one is for the organization who put this together. That is Moving Forward Psychological Institute. Who should be? Dr. Jiang Huang. Okay.
So will you come up here, Dr. Jiang Huang? Please come up here to receive this. Thank you for escorting her.
I also want to recognize a member of the Orange County Mental Health Board, is Steve McNally, right there, who just escorted Dr. Jiang Huang up here.
Okay, hold it up. Thank you. And the next organization that also prepared this one is Premier Health Institute. And
do we have Ophelia here, or? Okay, they're probably in the back. We can't hear us. We'll bring this to Premier Health. Thank you.
And of course, the next one is no one else but the key main organizer here. That's Mr. Paul.
We're gonna skip that.
Oh, you're gonna skip that? Hey, Paul, too humble. But anyways, okay. Oops. Sorry about that. And the next one we have is Mr. Ted. Xin mời anh Ted. Ted Nguyen.
Unfortunately, Ted is out of state right now. But on behalf of the OCTA, Chief Vanessa, or can you come and receive this on behalf of Ted and OCTA?
Take off your mask. No.
Elia.
All right, awesome. And we have Anthony. Where's Anthony Delgado?
Anthony Delgado. Mr. Delgado. On behalf of Be Well.
He was in the frame picture with me. How you doing, sir? Thank you. Yes, and it's an honor to award that to you too. And Mr. Steve Jones, of course, the mayor. All right, honored, sir.
Stay there, yeah.
And Miss Lisa Wing. Oh, is that the one that I know? Really? Oh my gosh. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Our former UBSA folks.
Kaloptima, yeah.
doing? And Royce Wimmer.
Okay, can we have one of the SRT officers to receive this on behalf of Sergeant Royce Wilmer?
In the meantime, you can get the rest of it. In acknowledgement of your support and contribution to make this possible, the first annual Community Wellness Day Walk. Your partnership and collaboration play an essential role in helping develop a healthier, safer, and happier community for all. Congratulations. Just a couple more. Và xin mời chị Hằng Nguyễn from Moving Forward Psychological. Oh, from DPSOS, I mean. Sorry. DPSOS. Congratulations. And xin mời, Miss Meg McComb from McComb Insurance Services. Meg?
So for those who doesn't know Meg, she's involved in almost so many Vietnamese and Asian events to support the Vietnamese community. And just like Steve and everybody else here, it's not about ethnicity, it's about wellness. And everyone who is here are receiving this acknowledgement and this certificate are champion in the community, leading the causes as well as supporting the causes as well.
And Tanya Pham?
Is Tanya Pham from pickleball?
Oh, she's way down.
Down the line, you got, yeah, go check out pickleball down on the second leg for the physical wellness. It's a new sport with a Garden Grove.
And Mr. Jeff Tsai from Taiwanese American Professional OC. Mr. Jeff Tsai, congratulations.
Woo! Thank you very much, Stephen and Tom Umbert, Senator Umbert. All of us here, we're truly grateful. All of you here are true champion for the community for wellness in all of your different roles, from health to from mental health to social health to financial health, right? All of this is part of community health, so we can't just have one without the other. So for the community and for society to succeed, we need all of those dimensions to be taken care of.
All right, a big round of applause for everyone, please. Thank you.
Is this still on? Yeah. Can I just do one more shameless plug? Because I see somebody here who I'd like to acknowledge over in the back. Unfortunately, he has left our department, but I wanted to draw attention to who I consider Master Officer Brian Hatfield, who's here today. He's now with City Urban. And just tell a little bit about backstory of something that he created here within GGPD that's become very special. So when he was with his Master Officer Brian Hatfield, on his own devices, a lot of times in his own free time, just went and started interacting with homeless people down in some of the encampments off the freeways and in the flood channels and you name it, just out of personal compassion and just sort of going above and beyond. This is several years ago. Obviously, the whole realm of homelessness has become a lot more visible and more talked about in the community, but 5-7 years ago, it was not as much yet. And so on his own, he formed kind of an interaction between our Garden Grove Police Department and the homeless population. He identified, he took kind of a population count. He even came up with a unique way of sort of categorizing of, those who are susceptible to being helped or not, or what, different sort of categories that he envisioned how to put people into to try and identify resources that could help people. So he championed, he pioneered something which has now become the Special Resources Team, or SRT, within our Garden Grove Police Department. And so now we've got a dedicated unit that, for one, helps keep the beat officers focused on protecting the city from crime, and allows the SRT to focus on trying to help those in need come in contact with resources that can help. So, thank you, Brian, for being here. It's good to see you again. And thank you to our entire special resources team within GGPD. Roy Swimmer heads up the group, and he'll be back shortly, but they're all doing an amazing job, and for whatever reason it is that their career in law enforcement led them into that specialty, we commend you and we thank you, because it is so needed and it's so relevant and timely, and we just appreciate your compassion and your knowledge of mixing the basics of law enforcement with a very, very needed service in our community these days. So thank you guys.
Also, another acknowledgement, even though Sergeant Royce Wilmer is not here, I want to recognize both Officer Hatfield, former Officer Nate Robbins, and Royce Wilmer. Those were the three partners I used to ride with when I was with Garden Grove PD. They were the reason why I started moving forward at Psychological Institute. So in the car while we were riding and responding to all the different calls in the city, we were addressing and brainstorming ideas of how to better serve our community. And so I started moving forward with that intention, with the influence that Brian, Nate, and Royce had on me and the experience I've had with the city. So thank you very much.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to talk about the walkathon and the activities that you can do. The first leg is a mental wellness leg. So you're going to meet the vendors who provide help in the community, and the vendors include the OC Fire Authority, Moving Forward Psychological Institute, With Care, OCTA, Cal Optima, Boat People SOS, Orange County Healthcare Agency, Vietnamese Pharmacists Association, California Council on Problem Gambling, the Asian Pacific AIDS Intervention Team, the Priority Center, Dundee Land Scout of America, Troop 2279, Mind OC Hope Program. And then the second leg is the physical wellness leg, which includes the Garden Grove Police, SRT, Taiwanese American Professionals OC, Firestorm Free Running, Pickleball Without Borders, Garden Grove Neighborhood Association, the Recess Room Restaurant, Simply Seed, Macomb Insurance Services, Cal Optima PACE Program. And then along the way, if you registered, there are bingo cards for you to answer questions and engage with vendors. And then at the end, we will put that in for a raffle where you can win some prizes. And then as I mentioned before, it's a round trip. So you're gonna walk all the way down, meet all the vendors along the way, sign off at the end, and then come back this way. And then to the gate. Actually, we're still putting that up, but you're going to take pictures later. We also have like the frames to take pictures on the right side over here, so welcome to do that. And the prizes that we have prizes for cutest costume, scariest costume, most push-up in 1 minute, the quickest dummy drag, most free throws in 1 minute, most three-pointers in 1 minute, and the most correct answers on the vendors bingo. So all of these activities are geared towards children and adults, and we also have on-site vaccination for anyone who is 16 or older, and we have both the flu shot and the booster.
Just the flu shot.
Just the flu shot?
And then for those who want the COVID, then you go there to the table and to register and to get the COVID booster or the shots afterwards at a different day.
Okay.
I just want to make a quick announcement for anyone who park here across from the restaurant in the front side. If you can move either to the back so that they can have space for their customer, or go towards Living Spring Church, just right here on the other side of the light. Those are available as well for us to park, but the restaurant asks if we can leave the front side available for the customer to use. Thank you.
So once again, our whole event is to give you the skills and resources and to promote and enhance your well-being. So thank you so much everyone for being here. We're gonna see you after you get down and back up here, okay? Big round of applause for us to start. Yeah. Okay, go everybody.